Hi guys, I'm Ashlyn. Everyone knows the story of Goliath, but did you know that in recent years there have actually been real-life giants walking the same land that you do? Here are 9 real-life giants. Number 9, Ella Ewing. Ella Ewing is known as the Missouri giantess. She held the record for the tallest woman in the United States during her lifetime. Ella was born in 1872, a small and very frail baby. She remained this way for the first 9 years of her life. She would either appear fragile or normal. But by the time she was just 10 years old, she had spurted to 6 foot 9 inches tall. Woo! That is a tall lady. She was taller than every man in the area, although she acted like any other preteen girl that was the same age. As she grew, it became harder and harder for her parents to give her a normal life. People stared and commented. Of course they did. And normal beds and other furniture couldn't accommodate her. Too bad that Cali king wasn't around yet, am I right? They lived off a small income and couldn't afford special-made items for big people. At first, her parents wouldn't let her appear in shows, but after becoming desperate, they accepted an offer that let them accompany her and also paid $250 a week. According to time converter calculations, that would be about $6,500 a week in 2016. Okay, not bad. At that time, the offer was too good for her loving parents to give up. Such good parents. With all the trains, beds, and such, the hardest thing to overcome were her size 24 feet. She eventually bought a nice home for her parents and built it so she could walk through the doorways without hunching. She died at the age of 40 due to pneumonia and was built a special accommodating casket. Now there you go. I love happy endings. Number 8, John ROGAN. John William ROGAN, born in 1868, was known as the tallest African American in the world. As a teen, he grew at such an alarming rate that he was diagnosed with ankylosis. And we're not talking about cankles here. However, cankles or no, before long he could not even walk or stand. He even built a cart that would be pulled by goats to help him sit up. His entire living life, his height was not records. This didn't happen until his death in 1905, when he died due to complications from his disease. At that time, he measured 8 feet 8 inches tall. That's a big boy. The saddest part was that he weighed only 175 pounds. This means his body mass index was just 11%. In today's world, anything under 20 is considered underweight, and anything under 17 is dangerous. Pay attention, Nicole Richie. So it's no surprise John died at such a young age, as he was severely underweight. Due to his disease, he was unable to work, and he made his living selling portraits and stamps. He turned down offers to join the carnival despite the opportunity to make a better living. Yeah, because John didn't want to be a freak show. He was well liked for his good attitude and playful personality. It is amazing how one with such unfortunate circumstances can stay as positive as Johnny did. Number 7, ZENG JINLIAN. ZENG JINLIAN, born 1964, was the tallest female ever recorded in medical history. She is also known as the only woman in history to reach 8 feet tall, and she was the tallest human in the world during her time. Sorry, Ella. Unfortunately, her height came with complications, and she died at the age of 17 in Hunan, China. At that time, she was 8 foot 2 inches tall. Although she was probably even taller than that, considering she could not stand up straight due to her deformed spine. Her scoliosis, abnormal height, and diabetes made ZENG's life much harder than it should have ever been. Many applaud her for making it to just 17. As sad as it is that she didn't make it any further. Not much is known about her personality or life, but you can be sure she wasn't treated like every other child. Number 6, KARAN SINGH. Svetlana Singh is known as the tallest woman in India at 7 feet 2 inches. But her dream was for her son to outgrow her. And sure enough, Mama's gonna get that dream. At 10 months old, KARAN Singh was eating 20 times a day and was wearing clothes made for 5-year-olds. That's like twice an hour. He was born the size of a 2-year-old to 2 tall parents with his father at 6'6". Dang, I'm glad Mama was big because, owie! His parents are proud of the boy, but know that the tall life can be troublesome. Is that like the thug life but for big people? I mean, let's face it, public transportation and shopping are difficult. As a baby, KARAN was carefree and happy and was in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the tallest and heaviest baby. Oh, isn't that adorable? His parents hope he grows up to be a doctor and a basketball player in America. In 2014, KARAN was 5 years old and had reached 5'7". That's my height. He wears adult clothing for now, but at 5 years old, they won't be lasting him too long, I fear. That little guy is a grower and a shower. He claims he wants to be a basketball player when he is older, and that kids treat him just like everyone else. Though he does wish they would stop saying he is a cheater for being so tall. But hey, what can you do? Number 5, Johan AASEN. Johan AASEN did well in his life as a silent film actor. Born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, hey, that's where I'm from. His mother was a Norwegian woman of 7 foot 3 inches tall, so Johan was destined to be big. As a child, he attended school and helped his mother with the family business. But in 1902, AASEN's mother died, and he was taken to foster homes and facilities. Soon, he went to help a family in North Dakota with their hotel business. In school, at one point, he was the shortest kid in his class. Can you believe that? His exact height through the years is completely unknown, but some legends say he was 8 foot 11 and a half inches at his tallest. That's huge. His medical records, however, show that he could not have been that tall. Near his death, he was just over 7 foot. But this was after curvature of the spine had shrunk him a considerable amount. In 1922, he started acting in silent films. His first film put him alongside the comedian Harold Lloyd. After that, he made several appearances in fairly well-known films at that time. In 1938, AASEN died of pneumonia. His body was shipped to Missouri to be studied. Number 4, LEONID STADNYK. Leonid Stepanovich STADNYK, did I even say that right? I have no idea. Was born in 1970 as a Ukrainian who would later set records. STADNYK's excessive growth began unlike others. It started after a brain surgery he received when he was just 14 years old that caused a pituitary gland tumor. This tumor caused the gland to secrete large amounts of growth hormone that resulted in an excessive growth for STADNYK. Fast forward to 20 years after the surgery, and doctors found out that the tumor had disappeared completely, leaving the man healthy and relatively normal. But still, he was abnormally tall, and surprisingly, he refused to let the Guinness Book measure him, stating that he didn't want to be in it. Although the Ukrainian book claimed he was 8 foot 5.2 inches. He just didn't like the publicity and didn't want to be seen as a Goliath. No doubt, Big STADNYK. No doubt. In 2014, STADNYK died of a brain hemorrhage at the age of 44. Number 3, BROC Brown. BROC is known as the world's tallest teenager, and he is continuously breaking records. At 19 years old, he is growing at an alarming rate of 6 inches per year. That's like hair. He's growing like hair. Today, he is 7 foot 8, but give him time. He could break all your records. His mother claims he had broken 5 foot by kindergarten, 6 foot by middle school, and 7 foot by high school. Dude, since his disorder is genetic, there isn't much that can be done, and it is said that he will never stop growing. At 5, he was diagnosed with Soto syndrome or cerebral gigantism. At the time, doctors told his mother he wouldn't live to be a teen. But BROC proved them wrong by thriving through those years and is still alive and kicking today. Although he does face his own set of difficulties, including trouble learning, heart problems, a curvature of the spine, a missing kidney, anger issues, and a thinning spinal cord, those are some serious issues. He is also unable to take painkillers, which totally sucks, and claims it feels like a tennis racket has been slammed through his back. He hopes doctors can soon do something about the pain at least, but for now he will have to suffer. But the good news is, doctors now say he will have a normal lifespan. Dang, killing it. Number 2. Sultan Kozan. As of 2011, Sultan Kozan is the tallest living man at 8 foot 3 inches. He was born in 1982 and resides in Ankara, Turkey. I think that technically makes him a millennial. A part-time farmer, Sultan was the first recorded man to reach 8 foot in over 20 years. He also holds the record for the largest hands, with the distance from his wrist to the top of his middle finger being just under 1 foot. Like other giants, Sultan was diagnosed with pituitary gigantism, an overproduction of growth hormone. Lucky for him, because he lives in this age, in August of 2010, a revolutionary gamma knife surgery on the tumor affecting his pituitary gland, provided by the University of Virginia in the USA, has finally halted his production of growth hormone. Yes, he has finally stopped growing. He's a very normal man as far as his interests and personality goes. He can't hold down a normal job, but he does help around the farm, the house, and in 2013, he got married. Yay! His wife, who is 5'9", is actually slightly or a lot taller than your average woman, depending on who you are. But next to her husband, she looks rather tiny. Despite warnings and criticism, the two got married after only 2 months of knowing each other and seem to be very happy with their decision. They now hope to have children of their own someday. Ah, the Sultan will have little sultans. Number 1, Robert Wadlow. And here it is, the tallest man in the history of the world. Robert Wadlow was born in 1918 at a very healthy and average size. But by his first birthday, Robert weighed 45 pounds and stood 3 feet 3.5 inches tall. That's big. By age 8, he had become taller than his father. And at 13 years old, he was 7 feet tall. That's like seriously the world's tallest Boy Scout. Hey, Robert, my kitten is stuck in that tree. Can you help? Oh, please? Meow. Oh, Robert, you're my hero. Everyone who knew Robert claimed he was very calm, polite, and mild-mannered. This personality gave him the title of the Gentle Giant. That is just too sweet. The Gentle Giant? I want one. As a child, he enjoyed photography and playing his guitar. But as he grew older, he literally outgrew both of them, like fingers, I think. After consulting doctors, it was found out that a hyperactive pituitary gland caused his abnormality. Oh, called it! In 1937, he broke the world record for the world's tallest man at 8 foot 4 inches. After high school, he went on tour with the Ringling Brothers Circus and ended up promoting shoes for a company that made him a 37 AA. We are not talking bras here. That is big. That is like some serious footage. Eventually, his height became too much as weakness and numbness required him not just to use a cane to get around, but a leg brace as well. In 1940, that very same brace caused a blister that later became infected, and sadly, soon after the infection set in, Robert died. At that time, he was 8 feet 11.1 inches tall, so just shy of 9 foot. In honor of Robert Wadlow, a statue of the young man stands in Alton today. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and click here for more videos. I will see you next time. Bye.